بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Physics Class 9 Chapter 2 Kinematics Exercise Questions. Now let's move forward. Encircle the correct answer. Number 1. A body has translatory motion if it moves along A. Straight line, B. Circle, C. The line without rotation, D. Curved path. So the correct option is option C. Number 2. The motion of the body about an axis is called A. Circular motion, B. Rotatory motion, C. Vibratory motion, or D. Random motion. So the correct option is option B, that is rotatory motion. Number 3. Which of the following quantity is a vector quantity? A. Speed, B. Distance, C. Displacement, and D. Power. So the correct option is option C, that is displacement. Number 4. If an object is moving with constant speed, then its distance time graph will be a straight line. A. Along time axis, B. Along distance axis, C. Parallel to time axis, or D. Inclined to time axis. So the correct option is option A. Number 5. A straight line parallel to time axis on a distance time graph tells that the object is A. Moving with constant speed, B. At rest, C. Moving with variable speed, D. In motion. Correct option is option D, in motion. Number 6. The speed time graph of a car is shown in figure. Which of the following statement is true? ये आपको बुक के ऊपर ग्राफ दिया हुआ है, तो हमने बताना है कि इसमें से करेक्ट ऑप्शन कौन सा है. ए है कार हैज एन एक्सेलरेशन ऑफ 2.5 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर, बी है कार हैज अ कांस्टेंट स्पीड ऑफ 7.5 मीटर पर सेकंड, सी है डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड बाय कार इज 75 मीटर, डी है एवरेज स्पीड ऑफ कार इज 15 मीटर पर सेकंड. So the correct option is option A, that is car has an acceleration of 2.5 meter per second square. Number 7 है which one of the following graphs is representing uniform acceleration. जो आपको ग्राफ दिया हुआ है बुक के अंदर A, B, C और D, इसमें से करेक्ट जो है वो ऑप्शन ए है, which is representing uniform acceleration. Reason ये है because for uniform acceleration the distance time graph should be inclined at time axis. जब आपकी यूनिफॉर्म एक्सीलरेशन होगी जो दो डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ होगा वो इंक्लाइंड होगा एट द टाइम एक्सिस. Now number 8. By dividing displacement of a moving body with time, we obtain A. Speed, B. Acceleration, C. Velocity, and D. Deceleration. So the correct option is option C. When we divide displacement with time, we get the velocity. Number 9. A ball is thrown vertically upward. Its velocity at the highest point is A. 10 meter per second, B. 0 meter per second, C. 10 meter per second square, or D. None of these. So the correct option is option B, that is 0 meter per second. When an object reaches to its maximum height, its velocity is 0 meter per second. Number 10. A change in position is called A. Speed, B. Velocity, C. Displacement, or D. Distance. So the correct option is option C. Displacement. 11. A train is moving at a speed of 36 km per hour. Its speed expressed in meter per second is option A 10 meter per second, B 20 meter per second, C 25 meter per second, or D है 30 meter per second. So the correct option is option A. For this we multiply 36 by 1000 and divide it by 3600, we get 10 meter per second. Number 12. A car starts from rest. It acquires a speed of 25 meter per second after 20 seconds. The distance moved by the car during this time is A 32.25 meter, B 250 meter, C 500 meter, or D 5000 meter. So the correct option is option C. यहाँ पे हम सिंपल जो है वो फॉर्मूला लगाएंगे S is equal to V into T and we will get the distance 25 multiplied by 20. Now question 2.2. Explain translatory motion and give examples of various types of translatory motion. First, define translatory motion. Such a motion in which body moves along a line without rotation is called translatory motion. The line may be straight or a curved path. When some object move in a straight line, it may be a straight line or curved, then this type of motion is called translatory motion. Types of translatory motion: linear motion, circular motion, random motion. Examples: motion of a car in a straight line is linear motion. Motion of a gas molecule is random motion. Motion of riders in a Ferris wheel is a circular motion. Now question 3.3. Differentiate between the following. A है rest and motion, B है circular motion and rotatory motion, C है distance and displacement, D है speed and velocity, E है linear and random motion, F है scalars and vector. Now first, rest and motion. If a body does not change its position with respect to its surrounding, then it's said to be in a state of rest. अगर कोई बॉडी अपने सराउंडिंग के रिस्पेक्ट से पोजीशन को नहीं चेंज करती तो वो कौन सी स्टेट में होगी? रेस्ट स्टेट में होगी. और if a body continuously changes its position with respect to its surrounding, then it is said to be in a state of motion. और अगर वो अपने पोजीशन को चेंज करती है with respect to its surrounding, then it is said to be in a state of motion. B है circular motion and rotatory motion. Circular motion or rotatory motion. The motion of an object in a circular path is known as circular motion. The spinning of an object about its axis is known as rotatory motion. जब कोई ऑब्जेक्ट सर्कुलर पाथ में रोटेट करता है उस मोशन को हम कहते हैं सर्कुलर मोशन. और जब कोई ऑब्जेक्ट अपने ही एक्सिस के ऊपर स्पिन करता है that type of motion is called rotatory motion. Example है इसकी: motion of riders in a Ferris wheel is a circular motion, और motion of a ceiling fan is a rotatory motion. और motion of electrons भी circular motion है और motion of a wheel जो है वो rotatory motion है. C है distance and displacement. Actual length between 2 points is known as distance. The shortest distance between 2 points is known as displacement. जो actual length है path की वो होगी distance, और जो shortest distance है वो होगी displacement. It is scalar quantity और displacement जो है वो vector quantity है. Distance की direction नहीं होती जबकि displacement की direction होती है from initial to final point. D है speed and velocity. The distance covered in a unit time is known as speed. The displacement covered in a unit time is known as velocity. Speed is equal to distance by time और velocity is equal to displacement by time. इसकी जो नोटेशन है वो है v is equal to s by t और v is equal to d by t है velocity की. सिंबल दोनों के सेम है, स्पीड और वेलोसिटी, लेकिन वेलोसिटी के जो v जो है वो वेक्टर है तो ये पोल होगा. E है लीनियर एंड रैंडम मोशन. Straight line motion of a body is known as linear motion, or the disordered or irregular motion of an object is called random motion. Example है इसकी: motion of a car in a straight line, और random की है motion of gas molecules. F है scalars and vectors. Physical quantities which are completely described by their magnitude only is known as scalar, or physical quantities which are completely described by their magnitude and direction is known as vector. Example है स्केलर की लेंथ mass time और वेक्टर्स की velocity displacement acceleration. Now question 2.4. Define the terms speed, velocity and acceleration. Speed जैसे कि हमने पीछे भी differentiate किया है speed और velocity का, तो speed क्या है? The distance covered in unit time is known as speed. Speed का फॉर्मूला है distance by time, और इसकी जो नोटेशन है स्पीड के फॉर्मूले की वह v is equal to s by t, और स्पीड है स्केलर क्वांटिटी, यूनिट है स्पीड का मीटर पर सेकेंड. b है वेलोसिटी. The displacement covered in unit time is known as velocity. Velocity is equal to displacement by time. Notation है v is equal to d by t. Velocity is vector quantity और यूनिट जो है वो स्पीड और वेलोसिटी के दोनों के सेम है, दैट इज मीटर पर सेकेंड. नाउ एक्सेलरेशन, द रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ वेलोसिटी इज नोन एज एक्सेलरेशन. एक्सेलरेशन का फॉर्मूला है एक्सेलरेशन इज इक्वल टू वेलोसिटी बाई टाइम. नोटेशन है एक्सेलरेशन के फॉर्मूले ए इज इक्वल टू वी बाई टी. इट इज अ वेक्टर क्वांटिटी. यूनिट एक्सेलरेशन का है मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर, meter per second for velocity, and when we divide it by second we get meter per second square. Now question 2.5, can a body moving at a constant speed have acceleration? A body is moving with constant speed may or may not have acceleration. If a body is moving with constant speed in a straight line, it does not have acceleration. अगर तो कोई बॉडी कांस्टेंट स्पीड के साथ स्ट्रेट लाइन के अंदर मूव करे तो उसकी एक्सेलरेशन नहीं होगी, इट हैज zero acceleration. But if a body is moving with constant speed and is not in a straight line, it has acceleration. लेकिन अगर कोई बॉडी कांस्टेंट स्पीड के साथ मूव कर रही है और स्ट्रेट लाइन नहीं है जो उसका मोशन है, तो उस केस में उसकी एक्सेलरेशन होगी. Now question 2.6, how do riders in a Ferris wheel possesses translatory motion but not rotatory motion? The rider do not move in a motion on wheel axis, but they move in a circular motion. Therefore, they possess translation motion but not rotatory motion. जो राइडर्स फेरिस व्हील के होते हैं वो सर्कुलर मोशन के अंदर मूव करते हैं, ना कि ऑन व्हील एक्सिस. So therefore, they possess translation motion but not rotatory motion. Now question 2.7, sketch a distance time graph for a body starting from rest. How will you determine the speed of a body from this graph? The distance time graph is shown as, we take time on x-axis and distance on y-axis. The slope of a graph gives speed with formula. Speed is equal to slope of line AB. Speed is equal to distance from initial to final point, that is E to F, divided by time CD. Speed 20 meter by 10 second, and in this case the speed is 2 meter per second. Question 2.8, what would be the shape of the speed time graph of a body moving with variable speed? The shape of velocity time graph is zigzag if it is moving with variable speed. जो speed time graph होगा वो zigzag आएगा if the body is moving with variable speed. Now question 2.9, which of the following can be obtained from speed time graph of a body? A है initial speed, B है final speed, C है distance covered in time t, acceleration of motion. Answer, from speed time graph we can calculate initial speed, final speed, distance covered in time t, and acceleration of motion. All of the above we can calculate from the speed time graph. Question 2.10, how a vector quantities can be represented graphically? A vector can be represented graphically by drawing a straight line with an arrowhead at one end. The length of a line tells us magnitude and arrowhead tells the direction of a particular vector. जो arrowhead होगा वो direction को define करेगा और जो length होगी line की वो magnitude को define करेगी vector के. Such as 5 Newton, minus 5 Newton and 10 Newton, these are represented by an arrow line. Question 2.11, why vector quantities cannot be added and subtracted like scalar quantities? In addition of vector, both magnitude and directions of vectors are involved. Therefore, vectors cannot be added or subtracted like scalar quantities. However, they can be added or subtracted through head-to-tail rule. Vectors चूंकि magnitude और direction दोनों को possess करते हैं, जिसकी वजह से हम जो है इनको स्केलर क्वांटिटीज की तरह से ऐड नहीं कर सकते. We can add vector according to head to tail method. Now question 2.12, how are vector quantities important to us in our daily life? It would be meaningless to describe vectors without direction. For example, distance of a place from reference point is insufficient to locate the place. The direction of that place from reference point is also necessary to locate it. बाय द हेल्प ऑफ वेक्टर क्वांटिटीज हम जो है वो किसी पॉइंट की डायरेक्शंस को जो है वो निकाल सकते हैं, उन्हें ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हैं डायरेक्शंस को बाय लोकेटिंग इनिशियल एंड फाइनल पॉइंट. Question 2.13. Derive equations of motion for uniformly accelerated motion. First equation of motion, speed time graph for the motion of a body is shown in figure. This is figure, and slope of line AB gives acceleration of the body. Slope of line AB is equal to A, and the slope is equal to BC by AC. As AC equal to OD, which can be shown by the help of graph, and BC is equal to BD minus CD. You can see on the graph. So A is equal to BD minus CD by OD by placing the values of BC and OD. BD is equal to VF, CD is equal to VI, and OD is equal to T. So acceleration will become VF minus VI by T, and first equation of motion is Vf minus Va equal to At, and when we replace the order, Vf is equal to Vi plus At is the first equation of motion. Second equation of motion. Second equation of motion. Speed time graph for the motion of body is shown in figure. The total distance as traveled by a body is equal to the area OABD under the graph. That is, total distance is equal to S is equal to area of rectangle OACD plus area of triangle ABC. And area of rectangle OACD is equal to length into height, that is Vi into T, and area of triangle ABC is equal to 1 by 2 AC into BC, and area of triangle ABC is equal to 1 by 2 T into AT, and when we will combine, and we will get the total distance Vi into T plus 1 by 2 T into AT, Vi into T plus 1 by 2 AT square. Now third equation of motion. Speed time graph for the motion of a body is shown in figure. The total distance as traveled by the body is equal to the area of OABD under the graph. That is, total distance S is equal to area of rectangle OACD plus triangle ABC. Area of rectangle OACD is equal to OA plus BD by 2 into OD, or 2S is equal to OA plus BD into OD, multiplying both sides by BC by OD. As BC by OD is equal to A, we get 2S BC by OD is equal to OA plus BD into OD into BC by OD, and further 2S into BC by OD is equal to OA plus BD into BC. 2S BC by OD is equal to OA plus BD into BD minus CD. As BC is equal to BD minus CD, we get OA is equal to CD is equal to initial velocity Vi, and BD is equal to final velocity Vf. By placing all the values of OA or BD and BC by OT, we get 2AS is equal to VI plus F into VF minus VI, and as according to the mathematical formula, A square minus B square is equal to A plus B into A minus B, we get 2AS is equal to VF square minus VI square. Question 2.14. Sketch a velocity time graph for the motion of a body. From the graph explaining each step, calculate total distance covered by body. Total distance traveled is equal to area under the graph. Total distance traveled is equal to area of trapezium OABC. Total distance traveled is equal to 1 by 2 sum of parallel side multiplied by height. Total distance traveled is equal to 1 by 2 into 18 plus 30 multiplied by 16. And we get total distance is equal to 384 meter. Now that's all about the exercise of chapter 2 physics. Thanks a lot. Please like my videos. Press the bell icon for the subscription and share my videos. Take care. Allah Hafiz.